Hi everyone, I'm That IT Guy, and this video is in reference to the article published on scriptbyitguy.com on how to configure RAID systems, specifically in this case, software RAID. So I will show you how to configure it on Windows 7. Remember, however, that before you do anything, you should always remove and or backup all files on the drives you'll be using for your RAID array, since we will have to delete current partitions on them, which means, of course, all files on those drives will be deleted. Don't say I haven't warned you. The first thing we need to do is go to Control Panel, then System and Security, and further down the list we'll find Administrative Tools. But we won't click on that. What we'll do is you'll see a shortcut below it to create and format hard disk partitions. So we'll click on that. I'll maximize the window so you'll be able to see better. Okay, so as you can see, I have in this example 3 60 gig hard drives, one for my operating system, that's where Windows is installed, and 2 more hard drives which are there for either storage or program installing or whatever we need. For this example, I'll be using those 2 storage drives to set up a RAID 1 array, which is for redundancy. But before anything, we need to delete the partitions currently on those drives. Now, you'll find links on the description for both articles on RAID systems on the website. One explaining what RAID is and what levels they are, and their functionality of course, and the second article explaining how to set up RAID both in software and firmware mode. Ideally, if you have compatible hardware, you want to go for firmware RAID, but this video is purely for software RAID. Now that the partitions are gone, we can click on either of the empty drives and we'll see our options. Span volume has no advantages other than combining all your drives into one, which in RAID terms, and I do use RAID terms loosely there, is called JBOD, which is essentially just a bunch of disks. Stripe volume is what we call RAID 0, which also has no redundancy, but it combines the size and speed of the drives within the array. This is especially useful for performance RAID systems. For this example, we'll be using mirrored array, as is the one that makes more sense for storage. We lose half our space, but if a drive fails or dies, we will not lose any data. You'll also note the option for RAID 5. You can read more about it and why it's grayed out on the first article. So now we add the drives we want in the RAID array. You'll notice it's already included in the one I right-clicked on when choosing what to do. So we just have to add the other one. The next steps are the same as if we were just formatting a normal drive or a pen drive or anything like that. Note that this process converts the selected drives to dynamic, which means we will not be able to put an operating system of them, just in case your plan was to install a secondary OS on the resulting array. This only applies to software RAID through Windows. And there we have it. Our drives are now in a software RAID 1 array, meaning we don't have to worry about losing data due to one of the drives failing. And you'll notice that the resulting drive is only half the size on both drives, as I mentioned before. Have in mind, however, that you should always use drives that are the same space, as the resulting drive will only have the space of the smallest drive, meaning the rest would simply be wasted if you were using different size drives, even though the leftover space you could use as separate partitions, but that just seems a bit stupid. Thank you for watching, and remember you can subscribe both on here and on the website to keep track of interesting articles, tutorials, recommended products and software, including of course direct downloads on site. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. IT Guy out.